Um, this is my permit to run the wastewater. We have a number up here, New Hampshire 0100129, and it has all the criterias listed through here. How many on the BOD, how many pounds on the monthly, weekly, maximum, how many times I have to do it, twice a week. It's a 24-hour composite. For total suspended solids, it's the same thing. We call this this is 30 parts per million. The 275 is 1.5 million gallons times 8.34 times 30 will come up with the 275. And then they have the weekly average, same thing. This is 45 is parts per million, the 50 is parts per million, the 30 is parts per million. And you still do that twice a week composite. Then we have other tests we have to do, that's right. The pH, and that's done every day. The chlorine, we can't go over 1.0, that's done every day. E. coli's, monthly average is 126, maximum is 406, done 3 times a week, and those are grab samples. And then we have to report phosphorus, aluminum, arsenic once a year, once a month, and that's out of a 24-hour composite. And then we do what we call a wet test, which is this one right here. This is the toxic test, and we do that twice a year. So, all right. Now, put that back there. Lotus, I get the same information, 242, 24, and to get the percent removal, you take the 242 minus the 24, divide that number into the 242 will give you 90. So I'm just going to do it out here. So you take 242 minus 24 equals 218. That divided into the 242 equals 90%. So that's a 90% removal that we've taken out. And that information is right here. It's all calculated out. I do it by hand on my old sheet, but with Tom's sheet, it's all calculated out. And that's the percent removal. That's the percent removal. And you need to do that because on the second page, it talks about percent removal. BOD removal is 90. I'm allowed 85. Suspended solids is 93. I'm allowed 85.
So you'll have to report that because
Yeah.
it went over?
No, it didn't go over.
Oh.
As long as I don't go under.
Under.
Yes,
Got
as
it,
long as
got
I
it,
don't
got
go
it.
under. So then you have the pH. See, I have it listed right here. I can't go under 6.
Under 6, got it.
I'm 6.61, so that's where I report. Then it's 7.18, and that comes off over here. There's this, and if I go up, there's the pH. And we're just looking at the effluent. What they are concerned about is only what's going out to the river. They're not too concerned with what's coming in, but this gives you the entire average for the month, and, well, not the average, but it gives me the minimum, which is what I have to record, the minimum, and it gives me the maximum, which is what I have to record. Then I do the total suspended solids, which is back over here again, and it's done the same way with the BODs. You have the monthly average, which was 72, round. I just left it at 71. You have the maximum, which is, yeah, I'll go back up here so you can see, 71, 70, 170, and then you've got the monthly average of suspended going out, which is 16. I'm allowed 30. And then we have the weekly average is 245. And maximum is 32, so we're all right in that. And then we have, for incoming, coming into the plant, the average is 246 parts per million. And then the weekly average, and weekly average again is the high. Weekly averages are always the high. They're looked at, and see, there it is. I ended up using this month's because I had two that were very high, a 27 and a 22. It came out there all right, but on the weekly average for poundage, it was 116.9. So the weekly average, it says weekly average, but actually it's the weekly max is what they look for. And the best thing to do is read that book that I have, and they give you all the examples. So now I've got all this done. I do it twice because I use this worksheet, and which has I hand do the averages. I come up with the numbers, weekly averages, daily max. I have all that stuff on this. It's a double check for me.
Mm-hmm.
I do this work first, enter it on this page, then I will go to this one and check my numbers. And if I have something wrong, I double check. I say, well, okay, what do I got wrong? Reason I do it, I'm dyslexic, so I'll have a tendency to put the wrong number in. But you always should find a system that you can double check yourself. Now Scott has come up with a new one, another one. I'm going to just save, get out. I'm going to close that. Scott's the lab director. He's come up with a new DMR, and he's kind of taken it off of what Tom did. It kind of looks the same. It's set up the same. It's got a little different twist here and there, but all the information is you fill this out and you double check yourself again, and all the numbers should see. He's got the weekly average,
Mm-hmm.
and see the formula right there is the max. It says weekly average because that's what it says. That's how it's written up on the permit. All right, so I'm gonna exit, save. I'm gonna go back to the DMRs. No, I'm not gonna.